real artist doesn't have to tell you exactly what something is about. You just get it. You may not get it on first, second, third, or fourth passing, but eventually you get it. And when you do get it, it means that much more to you.
Then at Hip Hop album review, Childish Gambino, Because the Internet. So the first time I listened to this, I was amazed. I feel like I truly understood the project first go round. I've been nonstop playing this project. Gambino didn't put out full sentences for you just to read. Like you had to fill in some gaps. So it always made me think like with The Worst Guys with Chance. So the first time I'm listening to this, I'm like, why are they just saying all she needed was some? In my head, the first thing that popped into my head was dick. All she needed was some dick. But they didn't say it. And when you listen to the verses, you know, the first verse, you know, they're all talking about, you know, getting a chick in different scenarios. You know, I like the second verse when he was like, I was about to have a threesome in the garage, I couldn't even get it up, you know, but all she needed was some dick, you know? So it's like he didn't just put it out there for you, but the track name goes with the song because it's The Worst Guys. The worst guys give chicks dick. You know, it don't matter if you marry, like they just that's what they do. You know, that's the worst guys. So I got it. I'm like, holy shit, like that I like that. I liked World Star. I love the beat first and foremost. The beat was crazy, and then I like how he flipped the beat at the end to some jazz shit. And just how he was just describing World Star, it's like everybody I know does it. Like I don't like World Star like that. Like I don't necessarily promote World Star, but there's always someone on there that you hit up your boy, yo, did you see this shit? And you send it to him, and niggas just clown with it. You know, and especially how in the middle of the song he starts yelling out World Star. The motherfuckers do that. That's
because they yell World Star while they filming the video.
Exactly. As soon as you think something's gonna go down, World Star. Childish Gambino had an idea in his head, and he was actually able to execute it in a musical format. Like I feel like everything that he wanted to do, he was able to put it out. Musically, I just felt like he took a lot of risks, but he nailed it. Even the songs that I didn't particularly like the sing-songy ones, like the 3005. I didn't like. That's not necessarily my shit, but it sounded good, and I can't take that. I can't. Even though if I don't like it, I still give you props because it's you did it well. It sounded good, and I love it. I love this project. This is one of the best projects I've ever heard. Ever.
I thought this project was okay. I thought it was cool. It was. I guess I can understand why people like it. It was fluffy to me. It was very, very fluffy. Crawl and World Star was good. The last track, I thought the last track was very good. The Biggest Troll. God, I just thought he was singing a little too much throughout this album. You know, I mean, the production didn't sound bad. It was just, I just couldn't really get what it. None of this stuff wasn't really. I wasn't feeling a lot of this stuff on this project. I was just like, oh my god, rainbow, sunshine. And,
you didn't like that?
I ain't got shit to do.
Yeah,
I fall in love with you.
I mean, I was like, come on, man, really? Like, you know, it's cool. I know, and it's cool that he's showcasing his talent because he can sing and rap as well. But I just thought this was a little bit too fluffy for me. And I was telling people, I'm like, I actually enjoyed listening to Royalty more so than this project. Really, I mean, I'm not even gonna compare Camp because Camp is just on a whole nother level, but. I actually enjoy Royalty to listen to this. I thought this was just a little too fluffy. I can't say though. I mean, Childish Gambino has always been a great, songwriter, and his song structures has always been interesting to me. But for the most part, this project, I wasn't really feeling it that much.
I just feel like on this project, man, he displayed everything, like every single talent that he had, from producing to singing. So then how can you say that Royalty, and I get it because I understand what you like. So I understand why you don't like it. But man, like this project, dude, like this shit really blew me away. Like it really blew me away. It really blew me away.
It did not blow me away. I mean, it was cool that he was going with the little because of the internet concept and everything. And don't be hitting me up about some damn script. I don't like reading stuff before I listen to an album. That's like having a strategy guide while you playing a damn video game. It just takes out the whole fun. Let me listen to the album for myself and let me interpret it myself. So all that little script stuff he wrote, fine. If he did it, that's awesome. It's genius.
All that little script stuff.
Yeah, all that little script stuff, whatever, but whatever. I ain't about to read no script. Especially if I know we gonna review an album, I wanna listen to it for myself and interpret it myself. Why y'all laughing? Damn it, I'm being serious. But yeah, man, that's like, for gamers, that's just like having a damn strategy guide and you reading it while you playing the game. I'm not gonna read no script.
I like what he did with this album, man. It kind of shocked me because I didn't know what to expect at all, especially coming from royalty to this, which is completely different from the bulk of the albums that he put out up to this point so far. And I like what he did with it. With what he's done in the past, I didn't know he could do something like this. So he hasn't done anything like this that I've heard up to this point. Even with the singing, like I understand what you're saying, that there is a lot of singing on here, but I think
he's talented. He can.
Yeah, but I think the way he did his approach to the singing was different as well. So I think he was very creative with this. I think he was artistic in a way in putting this album together, with the different song structures and the different interludes, and I think what he did was good, man. I didn't expect this at all. Like I put it on one morning, just got up, just put it on. I was getting ready for work and shit. Yeah, the first time I listened to it, I was just listening to the sounds. I was walking around doing it was just different. I was like, okay, that's different. Okay, that's different. Huh. That's interesting. What is he doing with this album? Those punchlines that he has is still a little he still have a little corny ones there, like White Hood, oh KKK, and stuff like that.
But why you lying? Why you Mufasa?
Yeah.
but he had a lot of dope lines on here too, like H2O put my D. That's my
the hood I live in.
Yeah,
it's
whole
not,
kid
it's not like a whole album full of them, like
I feel
you've had in the past.
But smoke niggas when they black and mild.
Yeah, so
he had a lot of them on here, man. He
did some other shit, man. I think he pulled it off. I think he pulled it off.
I didn't know what the fuck to expect with this album. Following Camp and then following Royalty, I was disappointed in Royalty. Everybody knows that. So I wasn't sure what he was going to do with this album. What's interesting about this is with Camp, you had the humorous, the silly overtones with the kind of serious undertones. With this album, he completely flip-flopped. This album is very serious. There's a very serious, depressing air over almost the entire thing. I actually agree with Ralph. I think this project is brilliant. I think this project is brilliant from start to finish. I think that what he did was he showed you that he's not just a rapper. He's not just a songwriter. He's also a he writes for 30 Rock. Like he writes shows, he writes stories, and what you get from this is a story. And people talking about read the script, you didn't need to read the script. All you had to do was listen to the lyrics.
Yep.
He's clearly telling a story. Shadows. Like that was the song where, wait, am I getting mixed up here? Shadows was the one about the girl that he was in love with, that he wasn't sure if she was in love with him, right? Do you remember?
I don't remember by trying to name.
Okay, yeah, it was. Shadows
That was after the Worst Guys? It was right after the Worst Guys.
Right before Telegraph Ad.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you listen to those two songs together, Shadows was the one where he's talking about how he's in love with the girl, but he's not really sure if she's in love with him. And then there's like hints of there being another guy at the end. Then it transitions into Telegraph Ave, where Telegraph Ave, he's talking about how he'd rather die than not be with the girl in Oakland. Like
yeah, it's amazing.
Man.
It's amazing.
Another great Sweatshirts is obviously a great song.
Sweatpants, yeah.
Sweatpants, sorry.
Sweatpants was dope.
Another great song, the classic spitting, classic wordplay from Gambino.
Yeah.
No Exit. Fucking amazing. That song is unbelievable. Like, it's giving you like this extremely claustrophobic feel from the beat to the way he's rhyming to the weird way he mixes in that chick singing. I thought it was fucking amazing. And then Pink Toes with Janine. That chick. That song was incredible. The whole song, like, you know what that song was about? Could you figure it out?
I have to like listen to, like, again, I don't know all of the track.
Pink Toes.
That was about a white woman.
But no. But what do we call white girl?
Pink toes.
No.
Wait,
What do we
wait.
call white girl? Think about it. She's fucking with that white girl. What does that mean?
Oh, bunnies.
The whole song is about dealing drugs. It's like
Okay.
I think this album is the deepest Gambino has ever been.
I did not pick that up.
I figured it out literally this morning.
Damn.
I mean, I knew the song was about doing drugs, but I was like, oh, pink toes, whatever. And then I remember this chick I used to work with that always called white people pink toes. And I was like, oh, cocaine. It makes sense now. So much of this album you will not get. I don't know. I trust you if you're telling the truth, but I don't know anyone that would get this album on first listen. I just don't. Because it's very confusing at first. Because there's so many areas and so many levels and so many sounds he's pulling from. On first listen, the whole album is discombobulating and it's extremely confusing. Once you really listen and really analyze what he's talking about, this album is fucking brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant to me. Earth, the oldest computer.
Yeah.
I mean,
another one.
It was almost
Crazy.
speechless. By the end of that, like where he's saying, I don't want to see an era. And then you start thinking about it, an error. I just want to live forever. It's like, God, this album, I mean, it's just amazing. Like most of this album to me was just absolutely jaw-dropping.
And you know what? To clarify, when I said I understood it when I first listened to it, of course I didn't get all of the undertone, every single thing. But what I'm saying is like I understood it artistically. Like I got the majority of it. Like I wasn't lost. Like I was there.
Shit, I was lost.
I wasn't
I didn't know what
lost.
was going on.
No,
Yeah, it was
saying.
some of everything.
Yeah,
I know what you
wasn't
meant,
lost.
but no.
Yeah.
I when I first listened to this, I was like, this is terrible. This
Wow.
is not what the fuck I wanted from Gambino. I didn't really start to enjoy this until like the third or the fourth listen because it was so experimental and it's not something that he's really experimented with. Like you can listen to this and you can even hear like noise hop influences, like
With
almost like
Zeros of
Yeah,
Stockholm.
with any of it.
shit right
with
there.
any of it. Look, I can look at the track
Those
list right now.
noises
and
you
tell
had
you,
in that
like-
shit, like the half
Like,
through the song.
remember the party?
Yeah,
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
that
yeah.
That's one of my
The
favorite.
beat for no exit. Even the weird way he switched it up on Sweatpants. Like, even if you listen to the beat on World Star.
Oh, worse, yeah.
Like, all of that shit. And when I was listening to this, the first thing I thought of is like, this is how you mix in other influences without being a fucking ripoff, Kanye. This is what I think is so great about this album. He's pulling obvious influences, and I'm not gonna say necessarily from Death Grips, but I'm gonna say he's pulling in obvious influences from more industrial-ish hip-hop, more noisy-ish hip-hop. But what he's doing is, he's making those sounds his own versus doing what he thinks you're supposed to do over those tracks. And that's what's so brilliant about this record. Every single song has its own path. And the lyrics have their own path. And they're so detailed. They're so complex. This is not camp. Like the way B was saying that camp is on its own level, this album is on its own level. This, I don't know of anything right now that can be compared to this album.
No.
This is not corny Childish Gambino. This is not corny, I almost sound like a better punchline Wayne Gambino.
Yeah.
This is an actual
Or Drake.
artist. Or Drake.
Yeah.
Or Drake. This is an artist who made one of the most artistic albums of the year. This is what Yeezus could have been had Kanye not been such an egotistical bastard. If he had pulled back and said, let me sit down and really analyze this sound.
And do it, right.
And do what I want to do over it. This is what Yeezus could have been. This album's amazing.
Gambino in 2 minutes of a song, The Party, he started off with a cadence like this, and then he flipped, and it's like, oh my god. Gambino killed this shit. Y'all gotta pay attention to the flows, to the lyrics, to the sounds, to everything, because he pulled from everywhere, man. This project right here is one of the best projects of 2013, hands down.
Well, I will say I disagree with Ralph only on one thing. I don't think rappers should pay attention to this. Because I don't think this is your standard hip hop album, and I don't think that other rappers should even try to do anything even remotely like this. The only rapper, like I said before, the only rapper that came to mind when I listened to this was Kanye West. When he's talking about how his album is so creative and his album is so different. This album is worlds more creative than Yeezus. This album is worlds more different than Yeezus. And this album was composed the right way. It was composed like there was actual thought put into this, and the way this plays out, like I said, it just plays out perfectly like a movie. I don't need your fucking script. Everybody on Twitter was saying, don't review this weekend. You need to read the script. No, motherfucker, maybe you need to read the script.
And you don't.
I don't need to read the script right now. All I had to do was read the lyrics and listen to the lyrics and listen to the way the album is composed. This album is the perfect way of making you feel something without coming out and just saying, this is what I want you to feel.
Exactly.
You know, like No Exit. That song, I really feel like that entire song is about him being stuck and him not being able to get out of his head and get into a more normal mind state. And the way the sounds in that song, they all just make you feel claustrophobic, and it's done so perfectly. It's the same way I feel with Death Grips. When I listen to that shit, it makes me feel fucking paranoid and claustrophobic. I like if an artist can absolutely do that without saying that's what this song is about. This song is supposed to make you do this. He didn't have to.
We talked about all these artists that we compare Gambino to. And when I'm listening to this, which is so drastically different from all of his other projects, I'm wondering to myself, is this a one-time thing, or has Gambino really put it all together and said, this is me now. This is me as a rapper, as an artist. Or is this just him as an artist and not as a rapper?
I just think that this was like potentially maybe his Mona Lisa. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Gambino's the type of artist that's gonna try to recreate this project. I think that he is just going to take what he's learned and what he was able to accomplish and just do a different project. Because if you look at Camp to Royalty to this, 3 completely different things that he's not in the box in any one of them.
And anything before that, Cold as
Yeah.
nothing sounds
the same.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he's ever gonna try to recreate this. And then Mike, to the point where you were saying that artists shouldn't listen to this, what I mean by that is the fact that Gambino puts a lot. There's a lot of technically correct aspects of his rapping in this, and hell no, I don't even think I know of another artist that can even do a project like this, like as far as Gambino went with it. But what I'm saying is take out some of those technical aspects. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's what I'm saying. Rappers can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Leave this shit alone.
Yeah.
Leave this alone. Just like I wouldn't tell a rapper to go recreate No Love Deep Web. Just like I wouldn't tell a rapper to go recreate any LP album.
yeah, I'm not saying
No, I know. I'm
okay.
saying rappers do you. That's the problem. Don't listen to this and say, oh, well, that's what he did, so let me try that. Nope. Do you. And that's what I think Gambino did here.
This is an amazing project. It's definitely one of my favorite projects that I've ever reviewed on Dead in Hip Hop. Definitely one of my favorites ever. It's an experience. It's not just music. I think Gambino was able to reach further than just music with this project, and I'm amazed. I am definitely amazed. I know a couple years ago I said The Roots Undone was a perfect project. This right here is perfection. This is what he had in his mind. He was able to take it from his brain and really put it out in a musical format. And I get it. I understand it. I love it. It definitely bumps in the whip. Definitely.
What I like about this project is that I didn't know what to expect walking in. I expected, maybe a combination of Royalty, Camp, Cul-de-sac EP, like all of that on this new project because of the title, because of the internet, and that's how he got out here, and that's what I thought I was going to get. And he never really gave you a hint of an idea what to expect just by reading stuff and listening to the interviews, the ones that I've read and heard myself. And then you walk into it and you listen to it, it's completely different from anything that you even imagine. And it takes you, it's jarring, it's soulful, it's electrifying, like it's all of these different things in one, and it starts out right here and it takes you all of the way over here. And like Mike has said, it's really a movie within itself. And I love the project, man. And I think the other thing I like about it, because I'm listening to this myself and I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I didn't know what anybody would think here at this table. Like, I don't know what people was gonna think, and Mike, and because it was just so different from what we've done before in the past with this other project. So big shout out to Gambino for not sticking with the status quo, for being creative, being artistic, taking different things in the sound, experimenting, and taking your time and really approaching this, from a well thought out perspective. And you know, I love the project. I think it's just a great piece of work that Gambino has put out, man. So salute to him, man, for real.
For me, when this clicked on like the third listen, it completely changed the entire perspective of the album. One of the interesting things, like the very last line of the last verse, I think sums up this entire album. And it says, life is the biggest troll, but the joke's on us. And he says, yeah, the joke's you showed up. It's like saying like you think everything's great until you just die. So it's like you have this limited amount of time to do all of these things. That's why you listen to the album, he's so confused about all of the things going on. Do I love this girl? Does she love me? Do I drop everything I'm doing here to go be with this girl? What is my purpose? It's like he's saying go and figure out all of these things that you need to do while you're here, because life is a big fucking troll. You're gonna die in the end. You think you're gonna live forever, but you're just gonna die. Go fall in love. Go. Just accomplish all these things you want to accomplish. Go do your royalties, even though assholes like Dead and Hip Hop don't like it. But you're still only on this earth for this short period of time. So go do your royalties and then go do your Because the Internets, because that's what you're supposed to do. Live your life. Even if B doesn't like it, C-Town will like it. Ken, Ralph will like it. So there's always a purpose. But yeah, I think this album is definitely one of the best things I've heard this year. And it's not what I expected from Gambino. I think that at this point, people have to take him seriously. With Camp, it was too corny, too silly. Even though I loved the album, you couldn't really defend it to anybody because it was campy, it was corny, it was juvenile. This, he flipped it on his ass, 100%. But yeah, this album, I can't stop listening to it. Just like Ralph, I think this is absolutely brilliant. This is how you make a concept album without having to tell people it's a concept album. So, congratulations, Gambino. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Better than you doing you.